Hey guys, long time no see. I am here to film a long overdue book haul. I have a ton of books to show you. I'm talking kind of quiet because my son is napping, but I'm just going to get right into it. I have some from Book of the Month Club. I went to 2 library sales, and I also ordered some from Thrift Books and Amazon. So the first book I picked up from Amazon. This is The One That Got Away by Bethany Chase. I read Results May Vary, which I believe I one-off library thing, but I absolutely loved it. So she's definitely now an auto by author, but I picked up this from Amazon. And I apologize, I have a bad cold or sinus infection or something, so I'm a little more nasally than normal, so I apologize for that. The next... Actually, just this book was from Thrift Books, but I do have more. I'm trying to clear off my wish list. Like, I started doing BookTube like 7 years ago and then fell off the face of the planet, came back, fell off the face of the planet. I'm very back and forth. But I had this on my wish list from probably forever ago. It's one of the first books I added on Goodreads. I don't even know if I still really am into the premise of this book. Like, when I read the back, it's a YA, like I think it's going to be a really quick book, and if I don't like it or I start reading it and I hate it, I'm just going to DNF it and move on, but at least it'll be off my wish list. The next 2 books, actually the next 3 books I got from the first library sale that I went to. Sorry, I feel like my lip gloss is like chunky, yucky. The next 3 books I got from the first library sale I went to. This is from the town I grew up in, and honestly, like, I haven't been to their book sale in forever, and it sucks. They had, like, nothing. Like, I went the second to the last day, and the books were half price. Were they half price? No, they were full price. I paid $5 for 3 books, which the second library sale I went to, they had so many more books to choose from, and it was fill a bag for $5. So I definitely won't be going to this library sale again. But anyway, picked up Lisa Scottoline. I say Scottoline, it might be Scottolini. I don't know. But this is Don't Go. I've read a couple from her and I really like them, so I thought I'd pick that up. I picked Wallflower in Bloom, and mind you, these are the right prices. I paid like $2 for these. Like, that's not that great. Wallflower in Bloom by Claire Cook. I read the back of this and the premise sounded cute, so I picked it up. And then another Heather Gudenkauf book. I have read one other book from her, and now I can't think of what it was, but it was really good. I really enjoyed it, so I picked this one up. The next 2 books are from Thrift Books, the other 2 that were from Thrift Books. This is Somewhere Out There by Amy Hatvaney. I first heard of this author from Lisa over at Books and Smiles, and I never even had heard of her. So this book sounded really good and right up my alley, so I picked it up. And then another book that had been on my wish list from like 7 years ago is Sing Me to Sleep by Angela Morrison. And this book still sounds awesome. Like, I don't know why I waited so long to pick it up. Let me just read the inside because it's like super short. True love can turn you into a whole new person. Even if you once were the beast, you can become the beauty. One boy can awaken the music inside of you and make your voice sing out. And then one terrible secret could take it all away. So it sounds really, really, really good. So I'm definitely looking forward to this and hoping to get to it soon. The next 3 books are books I got for review. I got A Million Times Goodnight by Christina McBride. This is about a party, and she borrows her boyfriend's car without telling him, and he posts, as payback, he posts a naked picture of her online for like their whole class to see. It sounds good. It sounds like a coming of age drama, high school normal drama. I don't know. It says is a fast-paced romantic contemporary thriller ripped right from the headline. So it sounds really good. I'm really looking forward to this one. And then I also got Maybe in Paris by Rebecca Christensen. This is a really short one, but again, it sounded like a cute contemporary. She lives in Paris with her autistic brother, and Levi, her brother, just survived a suicide attempt and months in the psych ward. He's ready for a dose of the wider world. So, I mean, it sounds good. It sounds like something I would read very quickly. So, got this one for review. And then the last one, I got approached through email for this media box, and it came, look at this. How cool is the box? Like, it's a box with books on it. I love it. It kind of got beat up in the mail, but I still kind of want to totally keep it. But it came with all this different stuff. It came with like a newspaper, tissue wrapping paper, and it came with this that says Glenagerie. I'm assuming this has something to do with the book. I think it's supposed to light up, but mine wasn't working, but that's okay. And then it came with some other media stuff. This magical box was personally created and boxed just for you by D.E. Knight, and it has this really pretty graphic on the back. Okay. In the book, it also came with some other, like, you know, like media stuff, like a business card and some papers to go with it. But the book that it came is The Crowns of Croswald by D.E. Knight. And this is kind of like a fantasy. It's definitely outside my comfort zone. It definitely sounds like magic, fantasy. It is a YA, as far as I believe. In Croswald, the only thing more powerful than dark magic is one secret. So I think I definitely am pushing not my boundaries, but pushing outside my normal typical reading to try this book. But I'm gonna give it a chance, and I'm gonna give a good review. So if you guys are interested in seeing my thoughts on this book, I mean, look how pretty it is. I don't even know if my camera's doing it justice, but there's like little fairies and all of these little glass bulbs, and it has one of those like really buttery soft covers. It's beautiful. So definitely gonna be picking that up soon. And how fun is this box? Like, I've never gotten a book to review that's come in such a nice package. So definitely excited for that. Okay. Next is Book of the Month. I'm just going to show you last month. I mean, I've been a member for a while, and I think the last time I had a 6-month membership, and I have 1 month left, so I have quite a few books I haven't shown, but I'm just going to show the books I picked last month, because I don't even know what I showed you up until. But I picked Final Girls by Riley Sager. This one is a thriller, kind of like I Know What You Did Last Summer-esque. That's what it sounds like to me. First there were 3, then there were 2. Can there only ever be one final girl? So it's a murder mystery thriller. It sounds good. I've been like, that's all I've been wanting to read lately is like thrillers and fast-paced books. So I picked this one up. And then I also picked up The Child by Fiona Barton. I feel like every month I've been getting more than one book, and I think that's totally Book of the Month's intent. But they have such good books, and it's hard for me to just pick 2. Like, a lot of times I want to pick 3 or even more than that, and I think you can only get 3 a month. But I did read The Widow. I actually listened to it on audio. I didn't love the audio, but I did like the story, so I'm looking forward to reading this in like actual physical book form. Okay, last but not least, it's like 14 more books, so we still have a ways to go, but I'm going to show you all the books I got at the library book sale. This was all fill a bag for $5, so I got all these books, plus I got my son 13 other books, and it was all $5, so you cannot go wrong with that, like, not at all. So I think in total I got 27 books for $5. And I got 3 at the other book sale for $5. Okay. So a lot of these were not on my wish list, and that was my whole thing. I was like, I'm not getting anything that's not on my wish list. Well, I did. I got The Book Club by Mary Alice Monroe. I looked this up on Goodreads. It doesn't have great great reviews or a great rating. I think it's like maybe a 3, if that. But it's about a book club, and I love reading books about books, so I picked this one up. This one, on the other hand, did have really good reviews. It's A Reliable Wife by Robert Gulrick. This one did have really good reviews. I think it's a historical fiction. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't read a lot of historical fiction. I always say I don't like it. Not that I don't like it, but I don't gravitate towards it. But every single time I read one, I love it. So who knows? But yeah, I picked this one up. I picked up a Christmas book. I always try to pick up Christmas books at this library sale because I seem to always find a ton. I actually think I got 4. So this is Let It Snow, and it has stories from Fern Michaels, Virginia Henley, who I've never heard of, Holly Chamberlain, and Marcia Avanek, who I've never heard of either. I also picked up a copy. This is like a brand new book, and I have read this, and I absolutely loved it. I listened to it on audio a few years ago. It's The Bridge by Karen Kingsbury. I gave it 5 stars, and I've been wanting to pick up. It actually has the prequel, which I also read in this book, this edition. But absolutely love this book. Knew I needed to own a copy and just hadn't gotten one, so I'm glad I have a copy of this. And like I said, it's literally, I don't even think it's ever been opened. It's like a brand spanking new book. The next 2 books I'm actually really mad because they had the whole entire series. I didn't pick up the other 2, and the other 2 are books 1 and 2. These are books 3 and 4, of course, because, you know, I just thought they were all standalones. It's The Christmas Hope by Donna Van Leer, excuse me, and The Christmas Promise by Donna Van Leer. The other 2 were The Christmas Shoes, which I thought was that song was based off of. It probably is, and I don't know what the other one was. But I picked up books 3 and 4. So if anybody knows if you can read these as standalones, or if you do need to read them in order, please let me know. I mean, I'm not going to read these till the holidays anyway, but whatever. I picked up Case Histories by Kate Atkinson. Again, I had never even heard of this book. I've heard of Kate Atkinson. Haven't read anything from her. But the tagline on the front by Stephen King grabbed me. It said, "Not just the best novel I read this year, but the best mystery of the decade. I defy any reader not to feel a combination of delight and amazement." So that, I was like, okay, mine. So I grabbed it. The Opposite of Loneliness by Marina Keegan. I have seen this one go around BookTube. I believe it is a memoir. Essays and Stories. Okay, so I don't know if it's a memoir or not. But I've seen this go around BookTube, and I decided to pick it up because it's something different, for sure. So, another book, I had never heard of this one, but it sounds really good. How I Came to Sparkle Again by Kaya McLaren. It's about second chances, and I don't know exactly. Something traumatic happened to her, and she starts over, but I don't know. I'm so bad at giving descriptions, but I believe this did have good reviews on Goodreads as well, so glad I picked it up. This one I had heard of. It was on my wish list, so this is, I think, okay, literally I think 2 of these, or no, 3 of these were on my wish list. Everything else was not. The Catastrophic History of Me and You, or You and Me. You and Me, I'm reading it backwards on my camera, by Jess Rothenberg. This cover is stunning. There's like a bridge upside down in the background, if you can't tell. Again, Dying of a Broken Heart is just the beginning. Welcome to Forever. Again, I don't really remember the premise of the story, but when I heard about it, I wanted to read it, so I picked it up. Another book. I have a ton of Lisa Unger on my shelves. Well, I can't say a ton. I probably have like 3 or 4. I believe, yeah, this is book 1 in the Lydia Strong series, and it's Angel Fire. So, honestly, this cover is what grabbed me, and it looks super creepy. And it's also a pretty short book, so I figured it'd be a quick read. I did read The Selection is the first book in the Selection series, duh. But this is the 2 short stories, and I do want to continue on with the series, so I grabbed this. And then I thought I had this book on my wish list. I had definitely seen it before, but I decided to pick it up. In a small town where nothing ever happens, in a small town where nothing ever happens, everything is about to change. And it's Far, Far Away by Tom McNeil. So I believe I wanted to read this a while ago. Guess we'll see. Don't remember what it's about. But that is it for my book haul this time around. I don't foresee myself acquiring that many more books in the near future. I made such good progress, like making a dent into my bookshelf, like to the point where I can actually like move stuff around and rearrange. And then I bought all these. And now I have 0 space, like back to starting point. So, hopefully my nasalness and like heavy breathing wasn't too annoying for you guys this video. Sorry again about where I am. My bookshelf is actually in the hallway, like right in front of my son's room. And like I said, he's napping and I do not want to wake him up. I honestly think I'm just going to go lay down with a book and read until he wakes up. So, sorry I have been absent. I know I said in the last video I was going to try to get back on a reading schedule, and it just hasn't happened. Or, not a reading schedule, I've been reading like crazy, but a filming schedule. So I am going to try to film some more. If you guys have any ideas of what you want to see from me, please let me know. And that's it. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.